One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
Me! I must appease him with the gift of a man. Come to me! I must lead you to the northwest. No, take him! No. Don't leave me! I'm sure that will be fine.
Why did Jeffrey Epstein purchase 330 gallons of sulfuric acid in 2018? Well, he damn well wasn't cleaning his pool. Sulfuric acid is a highly corrosive chemical that can be used to melt bone and destroy biological evidence.
More emails about torture, and these coded conversations still have a very clear topic that torture was big. It was a big driver for them, and these were sick people doing very, very sick things.
They killed them, they dismembered them, they cut up their intestines, and they took the feces out, and they ate it. There's a 16-year-old girl. She had some diary entries written in code about her experiences being and impregnated by Epstein. They forced her to carry that baby to term, and they let her keep the baby for a few minutes. Then they came in, took the baby away, ripped it away from this, and they did who knows what.
So Mel Gibson was right all along?
Insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like. Could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track with a lot of this stuff.
There are multiple videos and tweets over the internet of celebrities like Chrissy Teigen and Jimmy Fallon literally admitting to having a thirst for you-know-what. And the industry convinced everyone that truth-tellers like Mel Gibson were the bad ones, when the real bad guys are the ones we've been celebrating for years. And now Mel Gibson's old friend Terrence Howard is sending him warning to protect himself, because they are allegedly trying to silence him yet again. They already tried to end his career but failed. And now with those Epstein files confirming whatever he had been saying for decades, he is allegedly in danger again. Now, when it comes to the rumors about celebrities going to rituals in the industry, it's been around for a long time. And Mel Gibson has been trying to expose it for years. In fact, back in 2018, he invested millions of dollars into executive producing the movie Sound of Freedom, which was actually a film about the CT rings being run by these powerful people in Hollywood. The movie takes place in Honduras, where a poor father Roberto Aguilar is tricked by former beauty queen Giselle into letting his children, Miguel and Rocio, participate in a modeling photo shoot for money. Who wouldn't want that? They are poor and need the money, so he says yes. Now fast forward. The kids are taken and sold into CT, luring people with modeling contracts. Where have I heard this before? Anyways, the movies exposed how there were vast networks connected across the globe which did CT. Now, obviously, this was a great movie, and it actually did very well at the box office. But according to Mel, he didn't executive produce this because it's of the money. He did it because he has seen a lot of CT victims in the industry, and this was his way of helping people open their eyes to what was going on behind the scenes. Also, no one really wanted to fund the movie, so he had to do it.
The most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
But at the time, people didn't get the full message behind the movie. And even with the release of the Epstein files, some people are still oblivious to what is going on, even though Epstein literally admitted many times that elites in the industry are doing everything Mel tried to tell us in his movie. In fact, the Epstein files revealed that Epstein purchased 330 gallons of sulfuric acid to allegedly get rid of the remains. Mind you, these gallons were delivered to him the same day a CST case was opened against him. Talk about a cover-up. Oh, and let's not forget that inside the documents, Epstein was also caught revealing in one of the emails that he loves slicing off the top part, leaving only their bodies, so he can do his depraved acts on them. Anyway, going back to the allegations about Chrissy Teigen also being involved in these, she actually made several tweets, shamelessly expressing some PDF file thoughts she had been having, as well as some things she actually did and wanted to do again. For example, Multiple tweets like this one said, "Seeing girls do the splits half-clothed is just, I want to put myself in jail. Hashtag toddlers and tiaras. I just saw a baby like a corn star, like a trashy do-anything corn star. Is this wrong to think? I am going to jail over pizza." Now, at the time, people thought that the pizza these celebrities were talking about was the same pizza we know. You know, the regular one you munch on when you go to Domino's or something. But it turns out, it wasn't. You see, even before the Epstein files dropped, there were already some conspiracy theories about what pizza actually meant in Hollywood, and people connected it to CT. If y'all remember, there was a whole thing called Pizzagate that was trending during the 2016 elections. The whole Pizzagate conspiracy also hinted at elites as part of a cult, mistreating little people and even consuming. Now, of course, Hillary denied it and did a whole damage control campaign. But just like everything else, people are revisiting it, and they now 100% believe the conspiracy was real. Going back to Mel Gibson, this old video of him resurfaced, and it really shook everyone up because he was revealing some disturbing things that people definitely didn't expect him to.
I was in my mid-20s the first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand. Right. And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town. Surely that couldn't be because, and then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, it does rip your life to pieces.
Does it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
These little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like walls in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take very long. It's cascading on you all the time. You can't get away from certain attitudes, from certain modes of behavior that this town and the industry dictate. No matter how strong you are, you are going to be affected by this place. And I think it takes that kind of cockroach resilience. You can't get mad. You can't get mad. You can't let it get you because you have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken that you are going to be f***ed over at some point.
I mean, as a matter of interest, do you think it's easier because you're an outsider who came in?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it was glaring to me because I was an outsider who came in.
But unfortunately for Mel, the elites he exposed are reportedly not very happy about the things he said. And as I'm talking to you, it's been speculated that he flew out or has been laying low for his safety. And guess who is also asking him to stay safe? Terrence Howard. Now, most of you probably don't know this, but Terrence and Mel have a very good relationship. In fact, Terrence named Mel as one of the people who helped him find redemption in his life. And just like Mel, Terrence has also made some comments about these Hollywood elites doing some crazy things to defenseless people. For example, he exposed Hollywood's agenda to feminize black men by making them wash down their masculinity.
When you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right. But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So,
According to Terrence, they force a lot of black men into these exchanges for a chance in Hollywood, and sometimes even go as far as making them wear dresses to further emasculate and embarrass them. During Terrence's interview with Revolt TV to promote his film The System, he revealed that Hollywood sees black men as threats, and that's why they keep trying to emasculate them. With the new formula, most men are made to be effeminate and not have their power or sense of strength. They allow white men to be strong, but not when it's black men. He continued, I don't want to remove a few chromosomes to fit in someone's story, so I feel they need to expand their stories to allow men to be men and simultaneously appreciate a woman's beauty.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to f*** you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman.
One person said, Mel's career didn't die. He just chose not to work in the demon-manipulated industry. Another person said, funny how South Park made fun of Mel Gibson, making him out as a psycho, when it was really the producers that were the psychos. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Mel being targeted after exposing the truth? And do you think this is why that industry had been trying to ruin his life? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.